I bring absolutely nothing to a man's life. I bring nothing to the table. I was married for 22 years. I left it all there. I will not cook for you any night of your life. You have kids? Great. Can we pretend like it's flowers in the attic? I don't want to see them or hear them. Got a mom? I don't want to meet her. I'm not doing your laundry. I'm not cleaning up. I'm definitely not digging you out of debt. I'm not cheering you on in life. You're an adult. Cheer for yourself. I did all that and more for decades. I had nothing left to give. Quite honestly, I probably shouldn't have given it at all to begin with, because look where it got me. Divorced. At this stage in the game, post-divorce, adult children, no man wants me. I'm nothing more than just a warm body. That's it. Just over there in the corner, a warm body. I don't ask for anything, and I give even less than I ask for. So really, what's the point? We can just look at each other, take up space in the same house. The only real benefit I see is sort of like a in-person life alert. You know, if I see you go down, I'll call 911. I bring absolutely nothing.
So shout out to her for being completely honest. And I wish we had more honest takes like this online. And this is one of the examples of you age out of dating, right? Through your own experiences, through your own inability to process trauma, you age out of dating, right? And it's not a particularly just saying it's an actual function of age, but once your spirit is broken in a sense that you don't bring any value to anyone, then yeah, hang it up. And maybe it doesn't make the Hall of Fame. Maybe they don't retire the jersey, but you quietly go about your business doing what makes your life joyous. This isn't a thing that you have to still be in the dating game, potentially ruining people you come across, like some sort of dating cancer, some sort of dating virus. Let it go, retire from the game, and maybe things might change for you. Before we continue to do a deeper dive into this, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss new uploads. Still trying to do 2 a day. If you suddenly just hearing my voice or seeing this video, seeing my face, then it's your notification bell. And I say it again and again because people I actually know that have subscribed, have supported me from before the channel, before the inception of the channel. They're like, "Are you still making videos?" I say, "Yeah, I'm still making videos." So get and check that. Periodically check it. So yeah, like I said, shout out to her for being um sort of honest, an honest take about dating post divorce, what that's like. And when you hear her say some key things, one of those being that I've tried the things, I've poured into someone and I've done all the things that she mentioned, and look where it got her. So we have to be careful that sometimes when the effort we put in the past doesn't necessarily yield the ending that we want, we tend to look at it myopically and think that those efforts were wasted, that time was wasted. We don't have this ability to view the good times, the happy times. We don't weigh it properly in correspondence to negativity. I think there was I don't know what study it was, or maybe it was just back and forth talk. But it was like you need 9 positive influences or events to equate one negative one, just because of how we have a negativity sort of bias in, and this is just a human thing. This isn't like women do this, men do this. It's a human thing. So when things go wrong, and statistically 42 to 50% of the time they have a chance to go wrong. It, things no one has ever said, no one has ever came in here, and even people with successful marriages, and said it was simply easy. That it took work, it took time, it took effort, it took heartbreak, it took forgiveness, it took grace. But some often say it's very like rewarding. But if we don't have that sort of outlook, we get something sort of that looks like this, where again, we're praising her and we're happy that she's being honest. But when you start with say, I bring no value to a man. Okay. Okay. This is the easiest indication that it's not, it's time for you to leave dating. There's nothing wrong with leaving dating. In fact, it's encouraged if this is how you are, if this is your sort of outlook, this is the way you approach the next person that could come healed, could come ready to give you his all. We don't often give enough credence to how many people we actively ruin just because we have the idea that socially we should be dating. It's a thing that we should always sort of be doing. We should also always be on the lookout for a partner, not understanding that a lot of us, our lives operate in seasons. Whether we understand the season, whether we understand the change in seasons, is up to us, and usually we get it too late. But when you're not in season, you can tell everything struggles, right? We're talking dating socially, right? You can't put together a proper sentence. Your best effort is met with just sort of flat regard, and it's not a real indication that sometimes it's everyone else around you. It's you. You're the common denominator. There's something about you that is trying to indicate, yeah, it's not your season. You should not be dating. This is time to sort of retreat, retract, and just work on yourself. Examine if you even have the bandwidth, if you are emotionally available, if you have the time, the resources, anything. Just take some time. And sometimes when we think of seasons, we think, 3 months at a time. No, when you're out of season, you could be out of season until you fix that little thing, that little hiccup. It could be a week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be a month, it could be 6 months, it could be years. But when you're out of season, you are out of season. And we all understand that sometimes trying to force a play makes does more harm than good. You don't ever want to be someone with this sort of myopic view while out here dating, while out here looking for a partner, because chances are very high. You don't need an 8 ball to discover this. Chances are very high that you're just going to pass on that negativity to someone else, right? If we understood how many people we potentially ruin on our path, and they ruin, and in turn ruin someone else. And by ruin, I just mean sort of create, I don't want to say trauma, but give these bad experiences of dating and then make their own view a bit more dark, a bit more myopic. I think we'd be probably a little more careful. We'd have a better understanding that I don't want to pass this on to someone else. I may want to have a good time with them. I may be interested in them, but right now I'm not able to do that to the best of my ability. And rather than take them, bring some clouds, a bit of miasma into their being, into their how they're moving in society. Maybe I just sit this one out. I like the idea of sometimes sitting things out, especially, and any of you can, call me out if my views here get a little myopic, a little dark, a little jaded. Yeah, maybe I need time to sit some stuff out. And I actively take time to do that sometimes. That's why I'll batch record and, take a couple of days off to just relax, and then the audio be screwed up and I have to come back and record anyway. But that's me trying to give myself chances to clean my palate, and those that I call upon, I tremendously thank you guys for being able to help me do that. Listen, if you disagree with what I got to say, let me know down in the comments. You see videos on your screen right now. Take a look at those, click through those. Let me know what you think about those as well. The comments, I love the back and forth. And of course, you listen to the sound of my voice right now. And if it's just because you love the sound of my voice, you should probably subscribe so you can hear it a lot more often. I'll see you in the next one.